My friends, it is such a great joy to welcome Chris Ruggiero to our program today. Chris has been described as a young man with an old soul, and that is because of the type of songs that he performs. His specialty is the great classics from the 50s, 60s, and 70s. He sings them with great passion, with great reverence. And when Chris is on stage, you know he's having a time of his life. So, Chris, welcome to our program, and tell us how this catalog of music captured your heart.
Well, Father Erikson, when I was a kid, I grew up in New York, and my grandparents were at my house almost every day. And, as soon as the music from the 50s, 60s, and 70s started playing in our house, you would just see their faces would light up right away. They'd smile. My grandma would start dancing around the kitchen, and you might even find her at times dancing on the table to one of the great Christmas albums that we love so much. But for me, seeing that joy that the music of the 50s, 60s, and 70s brought them and other people in my family, it was such an experience. And later on, I realized that the songs of those times are so timeless because they're songs about love, songs about falling in love, being in love, wanting to fall in love with someone who doesn't even know you exist. And so those are things that never go out of style. They're things that were relevant 100 years ago, and they'll be relevant 100 years from now. And so every time I learn new songs from different genres, I just always come back, of course, to my love for the music of the 50s, 60s, and 70s, because a lot of it is timeless. But what I've come to realize is that a lot of the songs today are timeless as well. And in my show, there are quite a few songs that were written only two years ago and have the same sentiment meaning as songs did 100 years ago.
Yeah. Well, many of our viewers know you, Chris, from your PBS specials. But now this season of Advent and Christmas, they're going to get to know you even better because of
Yeah,
your stunning new Christmas album.
thank you.
And many artists wait until later, many years into their career before a Christmas album and a Christmas tour. But here you are at the opening chapters of your career. Why now?
Well, I guess maybe people would wait longer, but for me, I feel like I've waited too long. I wish I would have come out with a Christmas album 2 years ago because Christmas has always meant so much to me. It's always been really, really special to me because, as I was saying, I'm an Italian kid that grew up in New York. And so Christmas time for me just meant family and being around one another. And there was just so much joy and happiness in our house around Christmas. And so these songs have so much more or different of a meaning to me than they might have to other people. And when people hear the album, I would love for them to, of course, hear the songs that are fun and get you in the Christmas spirit. But I'd also love for them to recognize the songs that are about the real meaning for the season.
Yes.
Songs like "Grown Up Christmas List" that I sang with Darlene Love, uh, that are songs where the lyrics are hoping for a world where there's peace, no more war, where everyone would just have a friend and that we could all spread love. And so those are the songs that I tried to put on my album as well, peppered in with the fun songs.
Yes. Well, previously you mentioned you like different genres of music. In the album, it's jazz, it's folk. Your vocal acrobatics are unbelievable. The arrangements are great. And you just dropped a big name of an icon, the original queen of Christmas, Darlene Love. So how is
Yes.
it that you and she came together for this gorgeous duet?
Well, look, I have to tell you, I really don't like speaking about it when Darlene is not here because she tells the story best.
Mhm.
And I mean, who am I to talk about it? I mean, Darlene is a rock and roll Hall of Famer. But to tell you the truth, Darlene actually reached out to me, and which I was so, of course, flattered by. I was asked in an interview one day uh, who my dream duet partners would be. And on that very short list of people, I said Darlene Love's name. And so Darlene somehow saw this interview that I was doing, and she saw that I had mentioned her name. And so the next thing she did was she posted a video of me singing on her Facebook page. And I guess she kind of thought she was introducing me to her audience. But next thing you know, we started getting all these comments on her page from her fans who already knew me or had already seen me. And so that was great because I think Darlene was surprised by that. And from there, Darlene had some people in her team reach out to people in my team. And we actually met up in New York City at the Palm Restaurant, which is one of Darlene's favorite places. And that was the first time Darlene and I had ever met, by the way. So, of course, I was nervous as could be, but I mean, I was so excited to meet Darlene. And she asked me what I was working on. And I told her that I was working on a Christmas album. And I told her there was this one song that I wasn't quite sure of what to do with, but I really thought the song was meaningful and it was such a great song. And she took the song home and listened to it. And a couple days later, she called back and she said, I think we should sing this song together. And you could have knocked me over with a feather. I almost passed out. So I thought that was great.
Yeah. Well, Chris, congratulations on all that you've accomplished as a young man with an old soul. And will you bless our viewers with a Christmas wishing song for us?
Of course. And have yourself a merry little Christmas now.
Beautiful, Chris. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you so much, Father Erikson, for having me.